February 17, 2025, a chaotic and tragic confrontation broke out at the Duka Moja Trading Centre, located along the busy Narok-Mai Mahiu highway in Narok County, Kenya. The unrest was sparked by a vehicular accident that occurred the previous evening, where a Toyota Prado traveling toward Kisii struck and killed over 40 sheep belonging to local herders. The livestock, a significant source of livelihood for the community, represented not just financial loss, but also a deep cultural connection to their way of life. The accident caused an uproar among the residents, who felt the motorists showed disregard for their losses. Anger and frustration simmered overnight, culminating in a mass protest early the following day. Nearly 2,000 people, led by the aggrieved livestock owners, took to the highway, demanding justice and immediate compensation. Many carried placards, makeshift weapons, and items.
Tukakuwa na hasira kubwa sana juu ya askari wameenda kupewa pesa shilingi, tunasikia wamelipwa milioni 2, wakapeleka kondoo zetu fisi sikule ili wakuje wapoteze hiyo shida tulipata. Sisi tukiwa jamii tumesema tufungui barabara mpaka gavana wetu akuje ama MP Ken akuja aone ile uchungu tuko naye.
Until the vehicle's driver was apprehended and full compensation was provided for the deceased livestock. Local authorities quickly
masaa matatu. Mbona mbuzi ndio inagongwa tunagoma, lakini kama ajali inatokea watu wakikufa hakuna kugoma hapa. So mbuzi ndio ya maana kuliko binadamu. Mkubwa wa Narok County ako wapi na anaangalia nini? Shughuli ngapi wenye kama sasa hivi kuna watu wanapanda ndege hapa ndani. Wamekaa walikuwa waende pale saa 8 kamili. Bado masaa imepita, kila kitu imepita. Tutafika saa ngapi na mbele bado kuna chamu.
Mimi ni Mtanzania, nilikuja huku Kisii kwa ajili ya kuzika ndo shemeji yangu alikufa. Nimekata tikiti online Tahamedi. Hii basi naondoka saa 10 Dar es Salaam. Sasa paka sasa niko hapa, namba barabara imekuwa blocked. Reason nasikia iko ng'ombe si mbuzi ndegongo. Lakini kama mbuzi na gongo kuna sheria za barabara. Si kuna malipo kama kuna sheria nje kwamba ng'ombe akigongwa analipwa. Kwa nini unafunga barabara na washa moto barabarani? Mali serikali inaharibika, polisi ipo, hailindi mali ya serikali, hailindi raia.
Officer bore the brunt of the violence. Armed with machetes and clubs, a group of demonstrators attacked him, severing his arm in a brutal assault. Amid the chaos, the protesters also managed to disarm the officer, stealing his firearm. His colleagues quickly evacuated him to safety, and he was later airlifted to Nairobi for urgent medical attention. Recovery efforts and further clashes. The stolen firearm was eventually recovered hours later, but its magazine was missing. Meanwhile, the protests spiraled further out of control. As the violence escalated, 3 protesters were fatally injured, and numerous others sustained injuries during the clashes. Protesters also targeted police infrastructure, damaging Nairobi and Kare and Entulele police stations, as well as setting 2 police vehicles ablaze. Aftermath and investigation. The events at Duka Moja highlighted the deep-rooted tensions between civilians and law enforcement in rural Kenya, particularly in areas where pastoral livelihoods dominate. For many residents, the protest was not only about the loss of livestock, but also a broader sense of injustice and neglect by authorities. The Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, launched an investigation into the incident, vowing to ensure accountability for any misconduct by police officers. IPOA's mandate includes reviewing law enforcement's response to the protest and ensuring that officers acted within the bounds of the law. Calls for justice and reforms. Local leaders and human rights organizations condemned the violence, calling for both accountability and systemic reforms to prevent such tragedies in the future. They emphasized the need for better conflict resolution mechanisms and more transparent avenues for citizens to voice their grievances without resorting to protests. The incident at Duka Moja remains a stark reminder of the volatility of community police interactions in Kenya. It underscores the need for dialogue, justice, and empathy